Hey, what's going on guys, it's Savin here, and today I wanted to do a Die Maschine Ultimate Guide, and this took a while to make because I wanted to make sure I have everything in, all the wonder weapons and all that. So yeah, it'll contain everything other than the main Easter egg quest, which is a whole different thing, but all the wonder weapons, everything should be in here. Timestamps will be on screen right now if you guys want to see a certain part. It'll also be in the descriptions, comments, or whatever. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alrighty, so first I want to cover the class setups. Really, you can use whatever you want for these, but if you're leveled up already, I'd highly recommend going for a knife for your secondary weapon. It's one hit past round 10 even without pack-a-punching it, so yeah, it's also really good for maximizing points or whatever. I'd also recommend using Ether Shroud for your other one, because I don't know, it's just really good for getting out of tough spots and also gives you more time to do certain things. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. You could really use whatever you want though. Alright, so next up I want to talk about the skills and upgrades. So the currency in this game is called ETHERUEM crystals, and you get it for like leveling up rounds and stuff like that. Just getting achievements and all that. So yeah, you can get ETHERUEM crystals and spend them on upgrades for weapon classes, field upgrades, perks, ammo mods, whatever. I'd highly recommend going for perks, especially the 4 classic perks. But yeah, you can spend them on whatever you want, but yeah, it's important to try to upgrade your perks especially. So starting into the actual game, what I would recommend doing is staying in the spawn room until like round 5 or at least the very end of it. And what I would do is save 1 or 2 zombies, so that way you can maximize points by meleeing them. And once you get into like maybe round 3, 4, 5, where you're not able to just 2-hit the zombies, what I'd recommend doing is just shooting them a couple times, and if you have health bars on, you're able to see when you're able to melee them. So once they get like under half health, you can just melee them for extra points. One thing that is very important before you open up any doors or anything, you want to make sure you don't open up this door in the spawn room that is pink with the rabbit on it, because that'll mess up the high round strategy. So power and pack-a-punch in this map are really easy. It pretty much walks you through exactly where to go and what to do. So once you turn on the terminals, a big glowy orb will come up in the middle, and once you go through that, it'll take you to the dark ether. It'll also show on screen where your pack-a-punch part is. So you're going to go to that location, and you're going to want to go down, but you can also destroy crystals and stuff if you need ammo. It's the big pink crystals. They'll give you ammo, sometimes even weapons. So yeah, go down that portal thing and it will put you in a room where your pack-a-punch part will be. And yeah, you can pick that up and take it back to the machine where it's supposed to be. And yeah, that's how you build pack-a-punch, and then afterwards it'll teleport you back to the main setting. So before you progress into the rounds or do anything else, what I'd recommend you do is go up to Crash Site, which is right outside of Nocturne Toten, and buy the SA-12 that is on the wall for like 2,000 points. And yeah, it is really good. It'll help you get to where you need to be until you can get more weapons. Alright, so once you get to around round 6 or 7, you're going to start to get special zombie rounds. So on round 6, you're going to get plague hounds, which are basically regular hellhounds, but they explode once they die. And then on round 7, which is the hard part, you're going to get the Megaton boss zombie, which is the main boss zombie in the map that you're going to have to go through every once in a while. But basically, once you kill him at first, he's going to split into 2. And this is the reason I'd highly recommend the SA-12, because it just melts through him, especially on the early rounds. But yeah, once you kill him, he's going to start splitting open. He'll turn into 2 other ones. So yeah, you kill those 2, and once you kill the very last one, he's going to drop a key card, which you need to pick up. And yeah, that's going to be your first wonder weapon part. So for the rest of the wonder weapon, you need to take the key card into the nuke room and put it in there. After that, it'll give you the next item you need for it. So you're going to take that into the original Nock spawn room, and then you'll see a hole in the wall where you can activate the last step for the wonder weapon. You're pretty much going to need like a horde of zombies, but yeah, you're going to have to walk them into this trap that comes from the door. And if you fail, you can wait like 30 seconds until you can do it again, but if you did it correctly, the door will open up where you can get your base wonder weapon. Now that you got your wonder weapon, if you want to upgrade them, I'd recommend doing it now. So in the map, there's 4 elemental versions, which are fire, electric, ice, and then the Nova Gas version. Also, if you want to do the fire or electric one, you need to complete a small Easter egg step first. So to do that, you need to go into the dark ether portals that you can find around the map once you open Pack-a-Punch. And yeah, once you're inside of there, you need to find the first 3 parts. So the first spot is at the crash site, the next spot is at the spawn room, and the final one is in the particle accelerator room. They can spawn in random order, but they're not always in the exact same spots. So yeah, you don't have to go looking around for them. It's also going to spawn a group of plague hounds whenever you pick each one of them up. So yeah, make sure you watch out for that, especially if you have like one zombie left. But yeah, once you get all 3 parts, you can craft the ether scope, which is behind the pack-a-punch. Now that you have the ether scope, a portal is going to spawn inside of the med bay room, where Speed Cola is, and you need to go through it, and at the top of the room you can find like a book that you need to pick up. Once you pick up that book, you need to go down there, spawn this ghost at this orb, and then give him the book. Watch out though, because there is a red version of like the Megaton boss that doesn't split, but it just has more health. That'll spawn in sometimes, so watch out for that. After you do that part, you need to find 2 more ghosts and repeat the same process at 2 more spots in the trial room. And then you also need to find it where you crafted the ether scope. So once you complete this, you'll have access to the 2 portals that you need to go through in order to get the fire and electric upgrade. So now we can get into the actual steps for the wonder weapons. Starting out with fire, you need to shoot this fuse box right here and then collect a part. If the plane part is on top of it, you can still shoot it through here, and then you just need to go down in the dark ether and collect it. So once you collect the part, you need to go back to the dark ether through this portal by quick revive. After you enter, go down to the nuke room where Deadshot is, and across from it you will find a place where you can put your part here. Once you do that, you can go back to the quick revive area, and on top of this truck you will find a box where you can get your fire upgrade. So next up for the electric upgrade, you need to go through this portal by pack-a-punch, and once you go through it, you'll be able to find these yellow crystals that spawn on the top of Noct, over by the crash site, and then also to the right of quick revive. So for each of them one at a time, you need to suck the energy up with your wonder weapon and then bring it down to this box near where the portal was that you went through. So once you shoot it, it'll give the box your energy, and then once you do that for all 3 crystals, the box will give you the electric upgrade. So for the next 2 upgrades, you don't need to do that whole ether scope and the ghost Easter egg. For the Nova Gas upgrade, you need to go through the dark ether portal anywhere around the map, and you have to suck up this canister from the top of Noct. Once you have it, you need to go down by where Deadshot is and place it here. After that, you need to kill a plague hound right in front of it and then collect it again. And then after that, you need to head up to the crash site, and then you will see a box where you can place the canister, hit it, and then you can take your Nova upgrade. Finally, for the last upgrade, which is ice, and also probably the easiest, you need to shoot this box on top of Noct with your wonder weapon to knock it over. After that, you need to go down to where the quick revive area is and then pick up this part. After that, you need to wait until a Megaton spawns, and then you have to get it to blast this weird looking thing that is on this tree right here. And once that happens, you can place a part under it, wait, and then bring it back to the medbay box right here where you can pick up your ice upgrade. As far as what my favorite wonder weapon is, I'd say my favorite is probably the fire upgrade. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage to the zombies, but it does melt through the bosses. So like each version of the boss took like only 1 hit on round 20, which is really good, especially compared to the other ones. I think the ice one did pretty good, and that one's also the easiest. So if you're just looking for something that's easy, I'd recommend going for ice. The Nova Gas one was pretty good too for zombies, but it wasn't great for the bosses. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure if fire is the best one. But just from my experience of using all of them, I'd probably say this one is my favorite. At this point, I'd recommend training around the spawn room and gathering as many points as you can until at least round 25. During this time, you can also upgrade your stuff and pretty much just get whatever perks you need. So now I think is a good time to talk about how some of the new systems work in this game. The first one I want to talk about is the arsenal. So here you can upgrade your armor, and then you can also upgrade the rarity of your weapon. There's a couple other things you can do, like getting new attachments for your gun, and then you can also refill your armor, which is very important. The next mechanic I want to talk about is Pack-a-Punch. So in this game, you can upgrade your weapon 3 different times with a higher cost at each, and you can also choose which element you want to have. So basically it's the ones in like BO3 and BO4. But you just get to choose which ones you want to have this time. Finally, the last mechanic is the crafting system, and around the map you can find these crafting tables where you can buy some cool stuff like score streaks, stim shots, self revives, yeah, just other equipment that you can buy with your salvage that you collect from killing zombies. Once you reach around wave 25, that would be a good time to start hitting box for a ray gun. The reason you should wait is because as the rounds get higher, the rarity of the guns also increases. So yeah, this means that if you save your points, especially in the earlier rounds, you have a way higher chance of getting the ray gun, which is probably the best weapon you can have, honestly. Sometimes it can take a while to get it, but once you do get it, you can start probably going going for those high rounds. Alrighty, so finally for the high rounds, you're going to want to make sure you have a self-revive and then a chopper if you're a high enough level to get one from the crafting station. So for the high round strat, if you couldn't already tell, most people are just training around in the spawn room. Make sure you stay as close as you can towards the center, because sometimes it is easy to get caught up around the edges. To kill zombies, use the ray gun to wipe out the hordes, and then around wave 20 or something, you're going to start getting heavy zombies. They don't really do anything except have higher health, and they might like do a little more damage, but they're not a big deal to worry about. Whenever a megaton comes in, use the chopper and try to look for him where you can see the little green glow. Make sure you're shooting at him the whole time, and then you should be able to kill the split versions if you are fast enough. If for some reason you didn't completely kill him, or you just aren't high enough of a level to get a chopper in the first place, use your wonder weapon on him. Those usually work pretty fine. That's why I recommend the fire, because it kills them the fastest. So yeah, make sure if you don't have a chopper on you or don't have a self-revive, go craft those as soon as you can. Also, if you desperately need ammo, you can buy some from the ammo crate. Lastly, make sure you refill your armor as soon as you can, and I'd recommend doing it at the end of each round. If you think you can, try to go between if you don't have armor. So here's the safest route I found for getting it. Another thing I want to talk about that isn't really necessary for high rounds or even just gameplay in general, but I thought was important enough to talk about, are trials. So they are basically just challenges that you can pay to do. And the more you do, the higher tier rewards you get for completing them. Once you finish a trial, you can collect them in the pods that are next to where you started it. Now finally, the last thing I want to talk about are exfils. Once every 5 rounds after you hit round 10, you'll be able to activate an exfil at spawn. Once you do that, you'll need to go into the area that it tells you to, and you have to get the required amount of kills that it tells you to in a certain time. If you complete it, a helicopter will come down and save you. If you don't, the game will just end and you die. The game will also end if you activated it and you didn't go to where it told you to go. Alright, so that's pretty much the video. Make sure you check the description just in case I have something to add. Like if I happen to forget something in the video or something new gets found that helps out a lot, I'll put it in the description. Also, make sure to drop a comment if you have any tips. Or if you think I should make more of these, and if you do, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, because if you guys do want some, I will probably be making some more for whenever new maps come out. So yeah, thanks for watching, and peace.